We're now live.
Well, wake up smart, start your day right. AM Morning Club, your business takes flight. Tools, tips, trends, all free, no fluff. 30 minutes daily, that's more than enough. From Perry B to guest AI pros, plug in, level up, and watch your biz grow. AI Morning Club, log on and
Morning,
win the
everyone. Good
day.
morning, Mark. Hello, Matthew.
Log on and win the
Hello,
day.
Christy. Hello, Marie.
Log on and win it's
Hello,
love.
Josie.
Log on and win the day. Log on and win the day. AI Morning Club, log on and win the day. AI Morning Club, log on and win the day.
Good morning, AR Morning Club. Good morning, Ignite fam, and all you brilliant early risers. Happy Wednesday and welcome back to week 35 of AR Morning Club. If you're watching from any of Perry's social pages and want to join us live, you can hop in at armorningclub.com/live. And if you'd like to rewatch this session or catch any of our previous ones, you can find them on Perry's YouTube, LinkedIn, and Facebook. Just a quick note that Facebook replays are available for up to 30 days. Today is a special one. It's our final AI Party Tricks Wednesday. And of course, we've got the AI Party Tricks queen herself, Angie Norris. Angie has shown us week after week how fun, creative, and powerful AI can be. And today we close it out with her. Angie, let's get this party started.
Awesome. I'm super excited to be here. And yes, we will be doing our group photo because, that's always fun. And I just love doing that. I think we have a ton of them, and I'm going to put them together for you guys. But I hope that you guys are having a great day. I hope that you guys are realizing the power of AI. And today we're going to walk through how to turn AI party tricks into client wins. And I've had a lot of people message me, which I welcome that. Message me anytime, ask me any questions. I am not the expert on landing AI clients, but I have landed a lot. And it's so funny to see my different creations all around town. I was at an art fair recently, walked in, I saw a poster that I had made using AI. The other day, I was listening to a radio station. It was a podcast on YouTube, and I came across it. And the the radio announcer, there was this image, and it was the image that I made. So just things like that are really, really cool and powerful. And I'll be bundling all that and showing you guys little samples. They don't have to be huge jobs. They can be small ones. These were just here and there, right? Small ones. But they turn into bigger ones later. And that's what we're going to be talking about today. So let's get everyone off camera or on camera so that we can take a group photo because I don't want to forget. I always get going in my presentations and then I'm like lost. So I'm going to give you guys a couple minutes to get off and wake up. Let's see. I'm just looking at everyone's smiling faces. I don't see Ken. Ken, where'd you go, Ken?
There he is.
There you are. I will see you on the cruise in a I have I have
Brian
a
looks
little
ready for the cruise.
let me see. I gotta look to see how many days because I have a countdown on my phone. 62 days. I can't wait. 62 days. So for those that are in the waiting room, we're letting them in real fast. So we're getting ready to take our group photo here. Patrick, there you are. I see you now. Okay. It was like a mirage seeing your face on top of your face. Okay, let me get my little snipping tool out. And Tina, are you coming on camera or off camera? Or do we have to? Let's see. All right, okay. Here we go. Tina, going once, going twice. Okay, I'm gonna stop your video. Okay, there we go. Here we go. Tom, he's coming off. Tom, are you coming on camera? Tom. Okay, we're gonna stop your video. Three, there we go. Okay, Shane is coming in hot. Shane, okay, there you are. Okay, we waited for you. Ready? Three, two, one. Oh my gosh, the last one, but it won't be the last one because you guys know We will be seeing each other a lot. Okay, let me grab that, put that into the chat for you guys. Okay, so let's get started here and get going. And we're going to get through stuff. The first thing I want to do is in my last final AI party trick is show you how I put all of my stuff into NotebookLM really quickly. And it doesn't have to be difficult. But what I do is I take videos, I transcribe them. If they're on YouTube, you can use a tool called Glasp to grab the transcripts. But I have a tool that I bought on AppSumo like a million years ago, and I think I bought like 10 of the little units, and I got the lifetime 40-hour transcription, 40 hours of transcriptions a month, and I use it all the time. Trisha used it for a long time too, and I stole it back because it is so powerful to have your transcripts. And so I'm going to show you really fast. Let me go to my thing, and then let me grab my screen. Here we go. Okay, so NotebookLM. You just go to NotebookLM. It's my favorite tool to really put into play. I put everything in there. Yes, Brian Neff, I hacked your organic traffic protocol that you taught us, and I put all of the stuff in there. But I have a lot in here. I take all the workshops. I just do a lot of stuff. But if I'm doing this from scratch, I would go here and I would add all of the source documents. So what did I do? I took every episode of the AI Party Tricks, and there are 29. This will be the 30th one that we've done. And I took all the SOPs. And so I'm going to take this, all the SOPs, Control A, and drag them right here. And it's going to add all of the SOPs that we've done. And then the next thing I'm going to do is I will go to the transcripts. So I have all the transcripts. And if you guys want, I can share these transcripts with you. I have no problem giving you the transcripts. I have no problem giving you the SOPs that you guys already have access to. So I can give you all that. I just have to figure out a way to give it to you. But I will have to put it on Google Drive and do that for you. But I'm going to drag all of, oops, I have to click on add more sources. So you just click this button here. You can type it in. You can click on upload websites, drive, and copy text. And because this is a business account, I can't share this with you. I could add it to another Gmail account that I have that's not on a paid plan and add it and share it with you, but you can only have 50 source documents in that. So I could either condense all the transcripts into one, things like that. But for the purpose of today, I just wanted to show you this. So now I can go in here and we can take this out, and we're going to put library just for the purposes of that. And you'll see that we have all of these here. I don't think the transcripts went in. Hold on, let me grab them again. Let's see. Oh, yeah, they did. They went in. Okay, cool. So we have everything in here, and now I can go and create mind maps and audio overviews and all that stuff, right? So if I clicked on mind map, it'll go. And I want to also show you that they're adding to this all of the time. The video has gotten just astronomically so through the roof cool. So try that out. But if you go in here, you can see you can do tons of stuff. We can make a podcast, which is my favorite thing to do. And you can go in here, right? And then you can also, so I'm showing you this so you guys can go and do this later, right? So I'm going to give you all of the transcripts and all of the SOPs, and I'm going to add in some more stuff into a folder for you, and then I will share that so that you guys can take that and make your own. I like it when you make your own. If I shared it with you, it's very limited. You can only do certain things that I toggle on and off, which is fine. For training purposes, if I were to train a team member and I wanted them to know all about my AI party tricks, I can put this in here, right? And you can add your GPTs in here. You can add the links for those, and you can add, ask all this up. So I want to show you that really quickly, and I'll prepare a folder. I'm going to add in a lot more stuff that I have, that more transcripts of other AI party tricks videos I've done and that I've gotten permission from Perry to do. So that is really cool. So today we're going to get into clients. So this is the board. Trisha can drop this link here. This is all moving. Now, I have created AI party tricks well before AI morning show started, and I will be continuing AI party tricks well after. It is one of my household brands, right? And so I had just stripped my entire YouTube channel for the second time, 500 videos gone. It is, if you go there right now, zero, there are zero. And I will be trickling these out, but I'm going through and editing them, getting them more refined and succinct and to the core of the message. And I'm posting those. Perry said that was fine. And so I'll be doing that over the next coming weeks. And I can't wait. But today, the finale. We are going to be talking about this is turning your AI party tricks into client wins. Why do we create AI party tricks? To wow them. But AI party tricks is not the client giving, making money part, right? Yes, you can make money from it. I've definitely made money from my AI party tricks, but to land local businesses or medium-sized businesses or online clients, you have to have a little bit more oomph in your stuff, right? And my bold colors don't really fly when I'm walking into an establishment, an organization. I have a call, actually, I have an in-person on Friday with a local business, and there are five people: the president, the director of marketing, the product development director, and the sales guy. There's like five men that I'm meeting with on Friday, and I have prepared my own presentation, my client pack. I already had a discovery call that was just to get information about what they're kind of looking for and where they kind of stand with AI. And I have been creating what I call the AI opportunity map. And picture a poster in your head. This is what it's going to be. And I have this entire map. It's huge. And it has every type of AI opportunity that your client could implement into their business. And there's different departments, there's different categories of easy to implement, a little bit, the medium range of this is going to take a little bit more manpower. And then we have like the advanced stuff, right? And then there's grids on the priority level and do they want that? And you can circle it and I can take this in like a blueprint and put it in front of them and we can start together and circling all the things that they want, right? So picture that. That's what I've been creating, and I'm actually getting it printed and all that stuff. And I'm going to be printing them for myself when I walk into a client. But for now, I put it all into a PDF. And I thought about it. I'm like, I've had a lot of people ask me for like my behind the scenes. Okay, now what, Angie? Now what do you do when you get a client? How do you land them or how do you engage with them? So I thought, you know what? This is the last AI Party Tricks AI Morning Club. And I thought, I'm going to give that as a gift to you guys. So I hope that that would help. Trisha is going to drop a poll. So I want her to drop the poll right now. And I want to find out, though, before I share this. Let me come off of my screen share. And I want it to be gallery mode. Can I have gallery mode? Okay. So Trisha, go ahead and drop that poll. I think she was able to do that. Um, yes.
We actually
This
have the poll on Zoom, so I'm launching it right now,
sweet.
and you can
Okay.
click the poll.
Thank you, Trisha. She's so amazing. So AI party tricks. What does it mean to you? Are you here for the beer? I mean, coffee. Are you here for the community? And you might be here for a mixture. I get that. But I want to know, like, how many people are really interested in landing clients? Because I want to make sure that this is relevant, right? Ideas. So we're going back and forth between landing clients and ideas and inspiration. And you might be just here for the community and not yet ready because you're just starting your AI journey, and that's okay. You're in the right spot, right? So I want to land clients. Well, a lot of you have, which is great. I'm going to take a little screenshot of this so that I can remember it. Okay, great. So that looks good. Okay, you want to land clients. This is going to be perfect then for everyone that is on here. So it's still moving. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and end the poll. That was great. Thank you for doing that for me because you never know, right? You never know like when people are here on these amazing calls, but like are you here to consume or are you here to take action or you're ready, right? So let me show you guys. I'm going to get out of this. I'm going to show you what I call the AI opportunity assessment. And this is mine, but I'm going to give it to you guys today so that you guys have this in your Rolodex. And I'm going to templatize it after this call. I didn't have time to templatize it for you, but I will, and so that you can add your own logo and you can add your own stuff. So, can you guys see my screen? Let me make sure here.
Yes, we're seeing
Yep.
it.
Awesome. Okay, let me get out of this. Okay, so this is my opportunity map. There's 38 pages. It might grow and expand. It's a little bit a lot. But right now, what I've been doing is I've been printing one per person. I usually take about five in, and I will take this into the client. It's a little bit overkill. I'm just gonna say, but a lot of times when I do the first call, which is before the in-person, we go through and I can fill in a lot of this. I don't go through the whole thing with them. I let them talk. 80% of the time, they are talking. I'm guiding, but they are talking. And I have a set of questions that I ask when there's an empty moment. But when I join a call with them, it is very, hey, can you explain to me where you're at in your AI journey for your business? And they start talking. And some people go off the deep end, and some people say, you know what, we have no idea about AI. We are just getting started. And some people are way down the path. So you let them guide the conversation, and then you have questions that you can ask them depending on who they are, right? And what type of business also lends to different ones. I coin myself as the AI marketing consultant. I have a huge background, 25 years in corporate marketing. I love marketing. I've been a director of marketing for lots of businesses. And so that's my space. You guys might be AI consultants in the tech realm, or maybe it's the business analytics realm. You guys might have different things. So depending on who you are, will change what you have, right? And so I have my title here. I'm a certified AI marketing consultant. This is my company. You guys may not have heard Marketers FM, but that is my consulting practice. And then this is my address. This is not my home address. This is for purposes of a business when you have it set up. If you do email marketing, if you do invoicing, you need a physical address. I don't want to give my home address, right? Unless you guys are going to send me money. But this is a UPS box that I've paid for the last 7 years. And I use this on all of my business cards, my email marketing, because at the bottom, right, when you email people, you have to have a physical address to email out, and that's what I use. So I'm showing you guys, the behind the scenes here. And you guys don't hear a lot about this side of me, but when I go into businesses, this is what it looks like. So I'm going to fly through this because I know we're already at 8:20 and I have another thing to show you. But I complete this usually on the pre, right? The pre call. If you have a call, I always have a call in advance. I call it the discovery call. And so this is what I fill out so that I can go and do my legwork before I meet with them. I ask them very basically about their current challenges. I don't ask them all these questions. I don't even show them this in advance. I just ask them the things that the conversation lends. I let them drive the conversation and I fill in the blanks and I ask some of the probing questions, right? So I'm trying to get as much information as I can. And then I ask them about current things happening in their business right now. Now, like I said, I'm more marketing, so this may shift and change for you. And when I templatize it and I give you this, you can change the wording, you can change your logo, you can change the title, you can do whatever you want with this, the colors. And I try to keep my colors without having the pinks on there, but I do have the blues because that's more corporate, and I feel like a lot of the small businesses they're more attracted to the blue. So I asked them about just six of the key areas of their business that I know that I can help them with: marketing, sales, customer experience, operations, team and admin, and their vision. So those are the five main areas, and their vision is where and how do they feel that AI can help them the most and help them improve. So these are my six questions. This right here gives me so much information so that when I walk into that establishment, I have prepared just so much information for them, ideas. I took Like, I'm going to wow them with so many party tricks that they are going to be mesmerized. I took all their products and I made those 3D images, the 3D images that they take like a hamburger and it like pops it out and it has like the CAD drawing and it has like the arrows pointing at all the different elements. I took a lot of their product designs and I did that for them. And I'm going to show them when I'm live with them. I'm just going to hand them as if it's part of what they already have. So I'm enhancing. And the one key thing that you want to make sure is you don't insult them. That is like the hardest thing that we as AI people do is we accidentally insult them on their baby, right? Like they've birthed this baby, they've created this baby. It may not be perfect, it may be missing a lot, but you can't insult them on that. You have to make sure that you go into it, meet them where they are, and complement what they already have and enhance it, right? Like, oh, I love what you have. I also added this. This would be a great supplement to what you already have, right? Like, you don't want to insult them. And that's the hardest part because we try to talk up here to try to impress them, and it doesn't work. So just remember that. And then what I do is I have this. So this right here, that's all I do on the discovery call. I get their business information. I kind of get their, like playbook of what their current challenges are, where they see AI fitting in, some things going on in their business, and I fill this out. And like I said, I don't go through them. I'm like, okay, so first I want you to give me priority level of marketing. I don't do that. What I do is I let what they say, I start checking these in. And then at the end of the call, I kind of regurgitate what they said to me. So from what I'm hearing, I can see that right now your highest priority is customer experience and service and marketing. Does that sound fair? Right? And then they go, well, yeah, those, but we're also interested in training our team better. Okay, that sounds great. Do you think that that would be something that goes before your marketing efforts or behind? And then I fill it in and I make notes, right? So they don't see how you're making the sausage. They just know that you're asking these probing questions and having something like this could help you feel prepared and more confident. A lot of us are still learning AI and we may not be confident. So this gives me confidence that I'm asking my questions. Okay. So then I fill on all the blanks in. I use AI to help me assess this business, how I can help them, and biggest opportunities. And then when I go into their office, I have this kind of filled out pretty much. I leave this blank still when I go into the office, and I have one that I've filled out because I have them do it again. Right there in person, live. I have, you know why? Because there's always someone else in the room that matters. The call usually is one on one with the one point person. It's not the person making the decisions. It's not the person who has the same view as the person you're talking to. That happens to me all the time. I go into these big businesses and there's a team of people, and you're like, oh, wow. And they all have different ideas. And they're all excited after you've talked to them, and they're shooting you with, I want this and I want this and I want this and no, my team needs this, and they're fighting over you by the end of it because you've given them a vision and a roadmap. So this helps me. I Each person has their own and they each fill it out. That gives me a really great view of what matters to each person. Does that make sense? Because each person's going to have a different view. The president of the company who I'm meeting with may think that what Jack said on the call is different. His name wasn't Jack, his name was Jeff, but Jeff on the call was different than what he sees and where he wants to spend money. He makes the decisions on where money's spent. He's going to be the ultimate person. I want to get his eyes on this sheet. So that's what I have for them. And then I go through and we do this, and it does take a while, but it helps me. So based on the top three of this, the priority, I skip to those pages. So if they said marketing, or maybe they said sales first, right? Then I will skip right over to sales and we fill this out together. I'm like, these are some of the ideas that I see some opportunities for you. Can we just kind of go through? And I want you guys to kind of circle the ones that jump off the page to you, and then we're going to prioritize that. Does that sound fair? And they all do it, right? And they're all right there. They're all filling it in. They're like, wow, I didn't even know that you could do this with AI. Okay, proposals are taking too long. Yeah, that's definitely a thing for our sales guys. And okay, so yeah. And they fill this out, and then I follow up with taking what they just showed me and I kind of fill this in. I'm like, okay, so it sounds to me that you guys are pretty frustrated with training your team. You have a high turnover with your team members because they come in here, they're not trained very well. There's inconsistent knowledge base assets that you guys have, and one person trains the next, and then they're gone, and the next person trains, and it's just not efficient. Does that sound fair? You're right. And so I go through and I ask them different things, and this helps me. So anyway, and then I just go to the next department and the next department, and I don't go through everything on this, just the top 3 to 5, depending on time. And so this has helped me really land people and meet them where they are. So I'm just showing you this. You guys are going to get this. So content creation department, we have the team and training department, and these opportunities come from a huge list. I have on my opportunity map, if you saw this spreadsheet that I have, it is like so cool. So based on the company, I fill these in based on that company, and these will change. Some companies don't even have a data and reporting department, right? Some people have something else, and so I will fill that in. And so these do shift and change for that particular client. And then the client experience is one of the most popular ones, I would say, like for like local businesses, their customer experience, they don't think about on the backside, and they don't even know that AI can help. They think that's a human only component. And when you can come meet them like, oh yes, the human component for customer service and customer experience you know, is awesome. But what we're going to do is make sure that you guys are saying the same message. We're going to make sure that you guys have the best emails written, in your own voice. We're going to make sure. So whatever it is, like you're helping them. So, okay, I'm going to keep flying through here. There's a lot of departments and I put them on here. I sometimes delete some of the departments out before going to a meeting. So it just really depends on the company. So I had this out. Then I get to the end and it's like, okay, so based on our conversation today, I'm going to say that the top opportunity to explore is, and then I will write it in and be saying it at the same time. And what happens when you do that at the same time is that they start interjecting. Yes, but I also want to add in something because you made me think about, I didn't realize AI could help me with this. So can you add that in too? Yes, absolutely. You're adding it in. And then they can prioritize it, right? And it's great because when you walk out of there, you have a plan of attack for the first and biggest opportunities, and then the quick wins to consider. And these are the little bitty stuff that are the quick wins in your mind. They don't know that. But when you frame it to them in quick wins, it doesn't feel intense. It doesn't feel over the top. It doesn't feel like, wow, AI is going to be a long journey for us. It's going to be massive. It's going to cost expensive. Oh no, we've got some quick wins that we can do right now. How about that? And a lot of this stuff I kind of sometimes do at no cost. I just do some quick wins for them that are easy, writing an email, writing a press release, things that we do on AI projects all the time. And I give that as a follow-up from the meeting. That's how I get in their good graces. I give them the free stuff, the quick wins. You know what? I loved our meeting, and so I decided to follow up and say thank you. And here are some quick wins that we discussed. I'm just going to go ahead and leave those for you. I'm not charging you for anything for that. I just thought that they would help you right away, and that is powerful. And I've done that whenever I was interviewing for any company. I was the best at follow up because I would have the thank you note already written in advance almost. And I would have it sitting in my car when I'd walk into the interview. And as soon as I left that interview, I would I would mail it on my way home. I would finish writing it, I'd fill in their name, and I would have one for each person, and I would mail it on my way home. You don't know how many people would call me and say, I got your thank you card. Like I felt like the same day. I mean, it was so amazing. And going into those, I would have a printed, colorful packet that had my experience, and it wasn't a resume. I'm talking this had a PowerPoint looking, you guys know how I love my PowerPoints. It would be a PowerPoint that had so many things, and that builds trust. And so I would impress them from the moment I walked in to the moment I left. And that's what I had some of the best opportunities. Okay, so this right here is for the future. What do you guys see down the road? If you had unlimited money, if you guys had unlimited budget and you guys could do anything with what you know about AI from what we've talked about today, what are some of the things that you could see happening in the future that we can explore? Not today and not in the near future, but down the road. What do you think? And this just gets them to dream big and to think big. This doesn't mean you're going to be doing those things. And honestly, those things, they'll probably be more advanced. I don't want to be doing them. I would have my vendor list that I would be giving them so that they can do those things, right? And then we just end with, okay, let's do some recommendations on the next steps. I want to make sure that I'm meeting you guys where you guys see this vision going into place. So, what's the best place to start, do you think? Which department really collectively you guys feel would be the best? And then they're going to say, you know what? Let's vote right now, guys. You guys want to vote? Okay, let's vote. Let's do marketing. Marketing seemed like that would probably be the best impact right now, right? Why did you pick that? Why did you pick that? They're going to tell you why. And then, okay, well, you know what? I'm going to build a plan. I'm going to tell them what the first steps are, and they're going to be impressed, right? And then I always ask them this because I can't price anything until I know what their vision is. You could be coming in thinking, oh my gosh, I'm going to bill them for 250 an hour and it's going to be an ongoing thing forever and ever and ever. You may not understand that they don't see that. They may think this is a one-time project. They may think they're hiring you full time and you're going to be on their payroll. They may think this is just a one and done. Maybe it's a one day. Maybe it's just one private session. We have no idea, right? So we want to make sure that we are on the same path because when you go to price this, which won't be before the call, it has to be after the call. When you go to price this, you have to know how you're going to engage with them. So this is how I do it. They fill that in. They kind of, I can say circle as many as you would like. That makes sense. Sometimes they circle them all, like we're good with it all. And it's great because you can have unlimited stuff. And then I close with any final thoughts, emotions, questions, comments that I didn't cover today that I can make sure that I go and I get those resources for you and they'll fill that out. So that's my assessment. And I'm going to come off of my stop share here. So what do you guys think? Would that be helpful for you guys to have so that yeah, you guys like that? Okay, roadmap. Yep, yep. So so Trisha can drop that. That's the assessment form. Now I've turned it into a form, and let me show you that really fast of what that looks like because let me go back to my right here. Here we go. Okay. So I turned it into a form. So you guys, when you download it, it's a PDF and you can fill it in. So the business name is Taco Bell, and you guys can fill that in verbally. Now, obviously, this has my logo on it because I this morning thought, you know what? I'm going to show them this because this has been my secret sauce to knowing how to build confidence for myself as an AI consultant. When you walk into these establishments, you want to feel as confident as you can. People are drawn to confident people. And I can tell you 100% when I present, even on Zooms, I am seriously scared. I am fearful, right? I have this, but I exude confidence because I'm passionate about the subject matter. And I know that as you guys know, I love training and I love meeting people where they are and I love the beginner lane. And if I can change one life, it's worth it, right? So put yourself out there. Don't go into these meetings like, oh my gosh, like, what do you guys want to talk about? No, go in there and just own the place, right? Walk in, not arrogance, not insulting them. Go in like, you know what? This AI, I do not want you guys to get left behind. I'm here to help you guys with your AI journey. Let's talk about it. Let's sit down. Have anyone in the room that you would like. I've prepared this assessment that we can walk through together. And when we walk out of here, we'll figure out a win-win for both of us. And that's what I do. And when I go to these meetings and I walk out with these packets, that is gold because I can come home, I run it through AI, right? And AI helps me come up with the plan and it prioritizes the plan and it helps me come up with pricing because guess what? I am not very good at pricing myself. Now, I have been paid five figures for AI consulting. I was on a retainer for 4 grand a month for a tech company here in St. Louis for about it was gosh, it was about 2 years. And I only had to bill 10 hours. So 10 hours a month, or sorry, 10 hours a week, 4 grand a month. So, I was pricing myself at 250 an hour, but I gave them a bulk rate of 150 because I knew them. And they were putting me on a retainer and they paid me up front. I always have my retainers paid up front. So whatever you guys come up with, you can do it. I've done one-off jobs 250 for creating a poster for a person. I created that image for the radio station. They wanted Captain Paul, he's like the radio announcer. I need to show you guys. But whatever it is, like I've done these little jobs and I'll take whatever I can because it's fun and we know how to do it. And so if you can do that, that's great. So anyway, you can fill this in and it is amazing. So what do you guys think about that? So she can drop that link. Make sure you guys have that. Okay, good, 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 good. Okay, so what's next? What are the missing holes? So I also wanted to show you one more thing, and I know we're way over time, but this is the last episode, so I'm not worried. And we will take questions, so give me 1 second. Mm. Okay, I'm going to show you one last thing. There's a lot to prepare for clients, and there's a lot to do after you have these things, right? There's a lot in between that I did not talk about. So how did I get these clients? How did I, there's so much. I've talked to you guys about AI party tricks and how to wow people at events and when you're sitting next to them on the airplane because you have to have the conversation started about AI, but most people are fearful. So that's what AI party tricks do. They just get you noticed. Then you have to take them, and I've talked to you guys about the opportunity of how you guys can help them. I've talked about the opportunity ladder. Are you an AI guide? Start as the guide. Are you an implementer, a service provider, a consultant? You're moving up the ladder into the advanced AI, right? It doesn't matter which one you're doing. I like being the guide, honestly, and I might do some light implementation. And building my roster of people that will help me. And I have an advisory board that I have people on that I lean into when I don't know the answers and I just ask them. I do have AI to lean into as well. But I'm going to show you one more thing. And this is what I have been building out for myself. And I'm going to show you, share my screen here. Share. There we go. Okay, so let me get my PowerPoint. Here we go. Where is it? Well, it's not working. It's okay. So I'm just going to use this slide over here, making sure you guys can see. Okay, so AI Party Tricks. It's my one of my big brands. So what do I have? I have created for myself how to get my foot in the door, right? So I have content that creates the attention and conversations. AI party tricks all the way. I don't call it AI party tricks to them. I call it to you guys because that's what we're here for, to teach you guys how to get your foot in the door, how to get noticed, how to wow people, right? And so I have my little menu, and my menu changes depending on the person or the group or the client. And I always use them as the demo. So if you can use an AI party trick and make them the center of that demo, that is right there, hands down. They will be lining up to ask you questions like they do for me. I have a pick a demo sheet. So sometimes when I have a ton of different ideas, but I'm not sure which one they want to see, I will circle the ones I think. And so for me, I pick my demos and I have a menu of it, right? And then I have the short speaker leave behind. So when I'm presenting, or I have these leave behind. I have social proof assets, which a lot of you guys are in a lot of that, and you'll be seeing that over time on my pages. But before and after visual examples. So I've done the before and after. I have used that a lot. And what does that look like? It looks like, okay, so I took a picture and I turned it into a poster for this artist, right? And the artist had his business card on the back, which I actually made myself, I designed. And so it has his business card in the back. It had him, looks just like him as an artist who's holding his little, the little palette with all the colors and the painting brush. And then the picture that was in front of him was the picture he actually made. So I took one of his pictures and I ran it through AI, made it a cartoon and put it in there. So that was the poster that he had. And I didn't make it as a poster. Honestly, I made it as a flyer for him to give to people. And when I walked through my daughter's school the other day, this was about 2 weeks ago, and I couldn't find her, picking her up from soccer practice. The place was a mess, packed, and she was walking through from the locker rooms through the gym, and the art fair was going on. I walked in to find her, and I see that poster like from a mile away. I'm like, there's that poster. I made that. I mean, it was so cool. And when I walked up to the artist who, he didn't recognize me, and I said, "Wow, I like your poster." And he said, well, can I tell you a secret? This girl made it in like 5 minutes using AI. Now, this guy was like 86 years old, right? So it was amazing because I had the opportunity to tell him that it was me, and we hugged. We met through his daughter, and it was just such a cool experience to know that I helped him, and he loved it. He had tears in his eyes, just so excited about this poster, right? So you guys show that stuff. Show them what's possible. They don't know what's possible, right? The Chamber BNI handout. So I have a handout sometimes that I'll have when people ask me questions and I can't get to them. It has a QR code. It takes them to an entry form where they can let me know what the biggest questions that they have so I can follow up with them, right? And I have the mini QR card that I designed with my stuff. So the discovery call conversion pack. I have a discovery call framework, a call agenda, the question sheet, the note-taking sheet that I filled in, the qualification checklist. Like, do I want to take them on as a client, or do I want to pass them to someone else? That's why I created my roster of AI implementation partners, is because I want to be okay that I'm the solution to a point and that I can refer them to another solution. I don't want to do advanced AI. I know that because I've had agencies. I don't want to be an agency provider, right? So that's okay. I can be the guide. I can be the ambassador, the evangelist, and I can walk them through their journey and give them the AI opportunity map so that they can see the vision and then introduce a team of people that can help them. And then the pain point finder, that one's great because it really fine tunes like, okay, this business is a fast food business or this business is a caterer, or, whatever it is. And you can really use that to help. And then the top 10 AI use case prompts by business type. So I have prompts depending on what type of business they are. They're a roofing company. Okay, well, I have these prompts, and that helps me kind of pinpoint how these discovery calls are done. And so let's keep going. Okay. So, and then my AI opportunity map. This is turning into a poster. that is going to be printed out, and I'm going to take it in. I'm going to wow them with that. It's all about presentation for me, as you guys know. So with this, you kind of saw it in the form that I gave you with the quick win basics, and how can we make your more efficient? How can we help your content? How can we help your team? Things like that. Like, it just wows them that you are already ahead of the curve when you have that in advance, right? It turns vague ideas into strategy. And that's the key, is when you leave there, you don't want them to be like scratching their head going, I don't know what they said. I don't think AI is for us, right? You want them to be like, wow, I didn't realize AI can help in so many areas. Like, how do we hire you? It's a win-win-win when they don't even realize there's opportunities to help them. A lot of businesses don't know. They're just kind of starting. Like the company that I'm going in on Friday, they have no idea how AI can help them at all. Like, they haven't used it. They've written into a couple emails, they said, but they have really not done stuff. The one thing I don't have on that assessment form that I would I always ask is what tools that they have already used, and to always reference the tools that they have access to. So like a lot of companies I've noticed are Microsoft, right? They're Microsoft type of companies. So they use Copilot, right? Copilot. So when you're talking their language, you want to use terms like Copilot, right? If they've never used AI, and they are only into the Google Suite, they have Google Workspace. I always talk about Gemini, right? So, and if it's an average person who doesn't work for a company, I always talk about ChatGPT, right? So I meet them where they are depending on the company. And when you talk their language, they feel better that you understand them. And so make sure that you do that too. So, and then the educational discussion meeting kit. So I have my meeting agenda. You guys saw the playbook that I have. I have a slide deck that I have prepared, and I've, created it for them. I have a one-page proposal. It does not have pricing on there. I do not talk about pricing when I'm in the room. I always take this back and say, hey, give me a few days. I'm going to take all of this information back. I'm going to come up with the proper proposal based on what we've talked about and how you guys like to engage with me. And then I can come up with something and send it to you to look over. It's always better to have them look over pricing when you're not staring at them. So I've learned that firsthand, and it makes it awkward for both of you. And I'm sorry, I'm not a salesperson that wants to just go for the win. I want to make sure that they are getting what they need. If you serve first, you meet them, get them results, they will pay you for days, and the pricing will come in time. And the simple pricing paths, the next option. So I have like a whole grid how I try to price. Like I said, I would give everything for free if I could, because that's just me. But you got to make. I got my three kids need to eat, right? And then I have a follow up whole thing where it's like a recap email, a meeting summary. It wows them, and I always use AI to create those, but I always fine tune it, make it look good, and make it pretty. And when I send that to them, hey, I just wanted to follow up with everything we talked about, and I've created this proposal for or this recap of our meeting. And now you guys can look that over to make sure I didn't miss anything. If you guys have any follow up, let me know. And I have all that, right? And I have a whole FAQ sheet that I start creating from that meeting. I create FAQs and a glossary for them so that they understand some of the AI terminology, right? We talked about LLMs. I just wanted to make sure that you guys, for reference purposes, if you have anyone new joining this team of people, that they can understand what I was talking about in our meeting, right? So like if you use any kind of acronyms, they aren't going to know what that is. If you say GEO, 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 they're going to be like, what's GEO, right? AEO, AEO, SEO, whatever the acronyms that we all use a lot, they don't know that stuff. So I always have a glossary and an FAQ sheet based on the conversation and an authority building content. So if it's testimonials, a review, point them to some of your LinkedIn recommendations, things like that, right? And they love that. I every now and then, if I really want this client, I do a short video recap template too, but that keeps the momentum going. And then final, the proposal. The proposal is the hardest part for me. I used to be, director of marketing for companies, and I used to make RFPs for all these companies for government contracts to enterprise level companies, and these were massive. And so I have written lots of proposals in the past, and I know the nuts and bolts of that. But I'm going after small businesses. I'm going after mom and pop shops, right? So mine is refined to that, and I have everything based on our whole thing. And I love the retainer model. It's my favorite. So I try to go for that, but I only do it if I want to. Like I'm very, very picky. I only have so much time spare with my client load, and I have a waiting list sometimes. I have people who try to hire me as CMO so much that I'm like, I'm not going back to corporate, right? That's my thing, and that's okay. And sometimes I do an all day AI your business workshop for a company where I train their whole team. So it just really depends on the stuff. So that's what I have in my whole inventory of how I win clients and then how I execute. And so I put that together just to show you, to give you ideas of what you guys can be building for yourself so that you can feel confident in everything. But I hope that the form was good. If you guys want to follow along, she can drop this the PDF version of this so you guys can use that and run it through your AI and say, hey, Angie has all this stuff. I want all this stuff too. Can you help me build it out based on everything you know about me and my services that I'm going to be providing? And it will do that for you. And so that is what I wanted to share with you guys. And I hope that it is exciting because for me, it's really exciting. And if you want, I am going to be creating some of this and templatizing it for people who are trying to land clients. And if you want that, she can drop. I put it's just a form in that same board that we have for AI party tricks, and you can fill that out and just make sure to put AI Morning Club on there so that I know in the chat or in the when I see your name come in, because I use that for a lot of follow up. I have hundreds of leads, but put AI Morning Club on there or Client Win AI Morning Club or whatever. Last episode, I don't know, whatever you want to designate. I'm going to recognize your name, but just know that I will make sure that you guys get the template from the assessment, and then everything that I'm putting together here, there will be things I will share with you guys because I know that is it. So she can put all three of those links here again. That would be great. And now let's take some questions. Okay, so let's see. We have Jeff. Are you are you able to talk, Jeff? Mm-mm-mm. There he
Yes,
is.
I am. How you
Yay.
doing?
Hi,
How are you,
Jeff.
Angie?
How are you?
Good. At the beginning, you talked about all of those scripts. I think there was 29. Where do we find those?
Yeah, so I just need to throw them over onto Google Drive and share that with you. Was I drove for 30 minutes right before this call.
Uh,
I like came in and I sat down. I got ready like at 5 a.m. and I've been crazy
yeah.
this morning because I have to get my kids to school. My son had track this morning. So I didn't have time to throw them in there. It won't take me long, but just fill out that form and I will send that right after this call. I will send you guys the templatized assessment form, and I will give you the Google folder with all the transcripts and all of the SOPs. I'm going to throw in all the pictures that we've taken together, and I'll throw in the a couple other things that you guys can use to make your Notebook LM, because I love Notebook LM and it's great for me because I might have follow-up questions or have more ideas, and it'll help me just kind of fine tune it.
This is
Okay,
great
and then
stuff, and thank you for being so generous. I do have
yeah,
one quick
sure.
question on Notebook LM.
Yep.
So Jennifer and I did a presentation this past weekend, a slide deck. We went to edit it. You can't edit it.
Yeah,
At
so
least we couldn't figure out how.
Yeah, how I edit it. Well, I have a designer background, so I have been using lots of tools through the years, Adobe Photoshop. I still use PowerPoint, but like I made my slides in Higgsfield today, what I just showed you guys, and I use ChatGPT a lot as well because their graphics editor has become better. So what I'll do is I'll take the slides from NotebookLM and I'll add them and I'll make changes using something like that. If you want to edit stuff, you can throw them into
She used HeyGen.
Canva.
She used
Yeah.
HeyGen.
Oh, are you so for video? You're doing video?
Well, she said she ended up using HeyGen to edit. She started all over again.
Yeah. So what's really great about all of these companies, all of these software, they come into AI with one main focus, right? So like HeyGen was video avatars, 11
Hmm.
Labs was voice AI. We have, guess what? They're all now, you can do everything in that one platform. So 11 Labs, you can now do photos, videos, voice, music, all that stuff, right? HeyGen starting the same thing. So each one platform, they're adding everything. So that's awesome. I love HeyGen
Yeah, that's
for
what Go High Level's doing now too. They're putting everything in there. It's like,
exactly, exactly.
uh,
So yeah, I use Higgsfield a lot because
yeah.
um ChatGPT, I have been maxing out everything. Even though I'm on the paid plan, I've been maxing it out way too much. And it kept telling me, it kept throttling my output. It was like, you need to wait 2 minutes. You need to wait 9 minutes. You need to wait 30 minutes. I was like, forget you. I'm going over. So I was using Gemini and then I was using Higgsfield because
Um,
ChatGPT was giving me the hand. But anyway, yeah.
well, thanks again for all the sharing. This is great stuff. I do have to drop off for a 10 o'clock,
Yeah,
but thanks again.
no problem. Thanks, Jeff. All right, Mike.
Hey, Angie.
Hi.
I'll just echo everything Jeff has said. And similar to him, I think we put our hands up in like the first 7 minutes. So sorry if a lot of context drift has happened since then. But um, my question is back to that corpus of information. I've been having a lot of good work, a lot of good luck with cowork.
Yeah.
But the one drawback with cowork, which I imagine, the Ignite team butts up against as well, is that if you put a corpus of information like that in cowork, you're eating up a lot of tokens, right? Just because it's going to read each time it needs to reiterate something like the wisdom that would be pulled from the party tricks.
Hmm.
So just knowing that you're a few steps ahead of me, how I, how does your PKM look, or how do you manage that corpus of great information? Because you're obviously doing it and then bringing it into another tool where you're trying to reduce that cognitive load of a tool that is, you know, essentially assigning a task, excuse me, a tax for giving it that much information. Does that make sense?
Yeah. It's so I you guys don't see how crazy I am all the time. Like I'm working on 80 things at once, and I know that's bad, but I have client stuff, I have my own stuff, I have, other clients, and then I have kid stuff. I'm managing a household. There's just a lot in my life, right? So I am crazy town. Like people are like, "Oh, I want to see your office." I mean, usually this part is clean, it's what you see. But if you saw around here, I mean, I have like Amazon boxes and this and that, right? It's clean right now. Actually, it looks really good. But what I'm saying is, so I just kind of move as fast as I can. If I had the time, this is what I would say to anyone that's creating like an AI brain of you, your own knowledge base, is to put everything into a Google Doc for each piece. So, like if you had, you know, um, your bios as an example, which actually I am, I do have a Notion board that has all of my bios and all of my logos, all of my brand kit, my fonts, everything that is me. So I'm uniformed. I have this Notion kind of brand asset kit. And so I take all of that and I add that to a Google Doc so it has that in one spot. I take about Angie, like my values, my mission, my vision, everything about who I want to be and who I want to stand for and all that stuff. That's in another document. And and I just continue on. So when it comes to training any of the LLMs, because you can move from platform to platform, and it like ChatGPT knows the most about me,
Yeah.
and it sometimes I wish all of the LLMs knew the same amount of stuff
Yeah.
about me, but it doesn't. And so what I do is I take and I've created this brain in Google Docs and I just keep adding to it and refining it. And it's a long doc, but it has a lot about me. I do a deep research on myself, basically,
Yeah.
based on what ChatGPT and I have talked about. And then from that, I just use that same doc across everything. And that has helped me make sure that it's trained on what I want it to know. And I'll delete things out too, like forget about that crazy idea I had about, XYZ, which is a lot, right? I have a lot of crazy ideas that I brainstorm with Chatty G and I'm like, what do you think? And then I'll sit in, I go to Hotworks and I sit in the sauna and I just have conversations with Chatty G. And I get through all the way down and get all the way to the end. We've created a logo together, the brand kit, everything. I've even secured a domain, and then I don't want to do it, right? I realize it's taking me away from my main mission, right? So, and that's okay because I love having those idea brain dumps, and it maybe I want that in my vision board or my idea board. So I put it into that Google Doc. Sometimes I don't. So it just really depends. But that's how I do it.
Yeah,
As
I
far
think
as
you
pricing,
validated that. That's similar to
yeah.
my approach. I think what I'm missing
Yeah.
is the middleware that sort of self-heals Claude, because Claude does start to not like markdown files that are too big or
Yep.
esoteric.
Hmm.
And so I think the next level of my mastery is to figure out how do you keep those as concise as possible and maintain the human in the loop, but then reduce the amount of time I'm sitting there in Obsidian trying to, like figure out what belongs in that markdown or not. But
I
so it
think the
sounds like
markdown
similar.
file limits will start to get better. It's kind of like when we had the 3.5 floppy disk, right?
Yeah,
And it's
yeah,
like, or
100%.
1.5 or whatever it was, those big old floppy disks that we used to have. And it's hard to imagine that. I remember using a DOS prompt, putting one in, and then in order to play the game in the 80s, and then you have to pull it out and put the next one in so that you can progress through
Oh my
the,
gosh, do you
the
remember Commodore 64 and it was actual
yeah,
cassette tapes? You had to
right,
like, yeah, I
but
got
I
you. I won't
think
take any
it'll
more of your time
progress.
because I'm,
Yeah. Yeah,
but
no
thank you so
problem.
much. Yeah, this was really helpful. Appreciate it. And
Yeah,
thanks for all you've done for us.
no problem. Okay, we have T Mac.
Trying to come off of. First of all, you are just as beautiful on the outside as you are on the inside, and
Oh,
I
thank
am more
you.
than proud to know that you're from my hometown. Let me just say this is that yeah, that I just, as far as someone that gives, like I don't know what your beliefs are, but to give with the compassion and the non-hesitance that you do and the obedience that you have, I know that you definitely will be getting returns and probably already have, that we would say are pressed down, running over, and 100-fold. But I'm just so happy that you have created a platform that we'll be able to hold on to me in particular. I don't know what everybody else is doing, but hold on to your coattail for a minute until I get adjusted to get ready to be hang out with the big boys and big girls that are in Ignite. And I just thank you. That's all. I didn't want to leave this last week without saying that I'm getting a little
Yeah.
emotional, but I
Oh, I
love
love
you
it.
and
I
can't
love
wait to
it.
meet you in person. So
Yes.
God bless you, and that's all. Bye.
Yes. Yes. So do you live in St. Louis?
No, I've
Oh, okay.
relocated. I'm in
Okay.
Florida, but of course, like you having family there, I'll certainly be there. And look forward to hopefully get to touch base with you either through Ignite or in person there in Missouri. So God
Absolutely.
bless.
Yeah.
Thank you for
Thank you.
everything. And you'll be hearing from me. I'll be in touch because I'm
Good.
gonna hold on to your coattail. I'm just
Good,
happy you
good.
got a platform
Yeah.
that you can be a part of now. Thank
I
you.
yeah, no, thank you for the kind words. I love this community. And Trisha, if you don't mind, can you drop two things into the chat? One is Ignite Mastermind for those who have not yet joined, but hold on to that URL for if and when that you guys can join. It's an amazing community. This is why we're here, really, is because of what Perry has built. And then the second thing is to drop Perry's Substack newsletter. He just launched this newsletter recently and he's dropping so many value bombs in that newsletter. So for those who aren't yet in Ignite, that's a great way to keep plugged into the Perry Belcher community because that guy, I say this all the time. I know you guys are tired of hearing it, but he sees around corners. He knows what's coming before the big dogs know what's coming. So follow him to the ends of the earth. He's the best mentor, and a lot of people here know that, and so he's awesome. And then the final thing, and I'll take Angel in a minute, is I want you guys to drop some love for Trisha because she puts so much heart into running AI Morning Club on these Zooms for the last 40 weeks in the middle of the night. I mean, like literally, it's nighttime for her. And so please drop her some amazing love because she has really stepped up. I don't know how she's not yawning on these calls because I would be yawning based on her times, and she's got a lot of other responsibilities as well. So thank you, Trisha, so much. Angel.
Hi, good morning. I just want to thank you, both you, Trisha, and Angie, and Russell, and the whole team for this AI Morning Club. It's been just quite an experience, and I love the energy that you guys have shown. And Angie, this particular session in wrapping up, hey, how do we turn this into sales and money, and giving us ideas on, hey, what are some possibilities? This whole AI venture is sort of new and trying to do the business. Marketing just seemed like is sort of a foreign term to me because I tend to be on the techie side.
Yep.
And the idea that I can give me the confidence that I can actually go out and try some of these tricks
Mhm.
and land people and knowing that the end game isn't necessarily the AI, but the end game is how do we add value to people? And you've
Mhm.
given us all that sort of information. And Trisha, is once again amazing that energy all day because this isn't the only thing you do. You support not just the AI Morning Club, but you're also supporting on some of the other Ignite events too. So much love, much appreciation to both of you.
Thank you, Angel. That means a lot. Yeah, Perry's built an incredible team, and we
Mhm.
have so many people. Russell Smith, we have Shamari, that's recently our Chief Happiness Officer appointment, and Emma Rainville. There's a lot of people on his team behind the scenes as well that people don't really get to engage with as much. And I've been just blessed that I get to be on the speaker team here with Perry and really I don't know. Like, I love training. Like, I did not realize how much I love training. Growing up, my dream job was to be a college math professor. Yes, I was such a total nerd. And it's not because I'm half Asian, but I loved math and I wanted to be a teacher. My dad wouldn't let me. He was so against it. He made me go into finance, but now I'm not even in finance. So it's hilarious to me how we have these blockers of things that we think we can't do because people have told us. But I'm telling you, Angel and everyone on this call, it's like AI is a little fearful for all of us, including the people here who are more open to it. But it doesn't have to be. I think that's why I like AI party tricks. I like the beginner lane. I like this community because we're all learning together. It's accelerating by the speed of light, and it's only going to get even more crazy over the next 3 or 4 years. And it's going to blow people away. And if we can meet people where they are, we can make sure they don't get left behind. Everyone is better for it. Everyone in our community, everyone will be just thriving. And I think that's why I wanted to kind of really focus on AI product tricks on this Wednesday is because we could talk up here in the clouds about AI all day long, but there's a huge, vast majority, 99% of the human population aren't even using AI. So here we are, we get to be the ambassadors. So I'm excited for you, Angel, and thank you for all the kind words. For sure, it means a lot. So, okay, guys, I know we are way over. This is the longest episode we've had so far. I will be continuing AI party tricks and sharing and everything. I love just being able to discover AI and learn from you guys as well. I know you guys send me stuff all the time, and I love it. So I will drop my email address as well one more time. And growth hack, I'm just going to give you the growth hacking one because it's the Perry one. And thank you, Trisha, for all that you do. And I'm going to let her close us out. Is that Russell? Is he sleeping? Is he sleeping over there? Are we on? Let's see. I'm going to close us out on gallery mode. I think Russell fell asleep. That's not Russell Smith,
Yeah.
but this Russell. Hope he gets some good sleep. Look at him. I love it.
I hope it gets recharged. Thank you so much, AR Morning Club. Thank you for being here every morning for 35 weeks. You've made this AR Morning Club community special just by being here. Thank you so much, Angie. This is a powerful session. What you showed us today isn't just about using AI, but actually creating opportunities on AI. AI Morning Club, we've got 4 sessions left. Let's make them count. Same time, same channel. If you want more of this, more of Angie, more strategy, and more hands-on implementation, we'd love to see you inside Ignite. Ignite fam, if you want to go deeper on offers, we have got Perry Belcher on weeklies, later teaching advanced offer creation. Thank you for spending your morning with